Believing in your goals, your dreams, yourself is crucial to any kind of personal development, success, or achievement in your life. And yet it's something so many of us struggle with. Our lack of self-belief is linked onto so many different things that started literally from the moment we were born, our childhood, the environments we're exposed to, toxic family members and friends who may have been putting us down and knocking down our confidence over time, which takes away our ability to literally see the skills, the talent that we have. It's also because of a negative self-talk that goes on in our mind, where we are constantly putting ourselves down. Experiencing massive setbacks in life or failures can also lead on to us losing the faith that we have in our ability and our skills. And I honestly think the media plays a big role as well, whether it's social media or mainstream media. It plays a role in us feeling as though we're not beautiful enough, we're not smart enough, we're not as well equipped with the skills that we need as people out there, because it leads on to so much comparison, whether it's conscious or unconscious, and that can lead on to a lot of self-doubt. Now, this video is coming from somebody who really doubted her skills in everything, and that was because of a lot of failure, a lot of rejection, a lot of setbacks in life. And I internalized a lot of that failure and I started labeling myself as a failure. And it wasn't until I unlearned that and actually really started focusing on building my self-belief that I found all of the successes that I had craved my entire life. This video is for people who are really struggling with self-belief, who constantly doubt their skills, who feel as though their dreams are just out of their reach all the time. I promise you I have been there, and I promise you there is a way out. By the end of this video, you are going to realize how you are able to actually rewire your brain, think in a different way, and feel so full of self-belief to the extent that you will not let anything hold you back from chasing your dreams, from going after your goals and making it happen. I want to start by introducing you to a concept called neuroplasticity. Now, this is the brain's incredible capacity to adapt. It reorganizes itself by forming new neural connections. This adaptability means the brain can adjust according to new learning experiences, environments, or skills. And it also means, very importantly, that if you are stuck in a negative mindset, or you've been living your life in a certain way, or you have a certain vision of how you are as a person or how the world is, you can change that. Neuroplasticity means that you can literally rewire your brain completely. You can start thinking of yourself in a different way. You can start believing in yourself and reinvent yourself at literally any stage of your life. Today, I'm going to focus on a specific concept called self-efficacy, and this is going to help us achieve neuroplasticity and literally rewire our brains to think about ourselves and our abilities in a completely different way. And it's going to help us have so much self-belief. Self-efficacy is actually a concept developed by a psychologist called Albert Bandura. It's essentially an individual's belief in their capacity to execute certain behaviors in order to achieve certain goals. Individuals with higher self-efficacy basically have more resilience and perseverance and self-belief, and thus experience more success. Albert Bandura identified 4 sources of self-efficacy, and we will be looking at all of them today. The first source of self-efficacy is mastery experiences, and this is when successfully completing or accomplishing a goal or a task is really going to boost someone's confidence and self-belief, because they have got the experience, they've got the proof in front of them having actually done something well. I'm going to give you a personal example over here. So I really used to have so much self-doubt when it came to content creation. I always loved it. I would absorb so much of it. I was such a consumer of it, but I wanted to be a creator and produce that content. But I was just lost in cycles of overthinking, negative thinking, just thinking I'm not good enough, I don't have the skill set, I don't have the lifestyle, I'm not living a super aesthetic, wealthy lifestyle. And I don't know, I just had a lot of these negative thoughts that would bring me down. And I guess it was comparison and some of the other things that I mentioned in the beginning of the video, where I felt like family members or friends were judging me, or they just didn't understand. And yeah, my confidence, my self-belief was at an all-time low. And then I did this amazing thing where I just thought, you know what, I've been thinking about this for too long, I've been overthinking it too much, I just need to do it. So I started posting on my TikTok, on Instagram, and with each post, I felt so confident. I would see my content and I was like, I know I'm a small content creator right now. I don't have much of a following. Not many people have come across my content, but I love it. And I love that I'm being creative and that I'm just expressing my creativity regardless of who's judging me, who's, you know, putting me down or whatever it is that's going on. I just felt so empowered by that decision to just put myself out there and create content that I'm passionate about and that I love. So you literally have to start before you believe in yourself and before you're ready. If you keep waiting for that day where you are super, super confident and you've got it all figured out, it might not come. It probably won't come, because even the most successful people are constantly in a process of becoming, of learning new skills, of adapting to new challenges. So honestly, whatever your dream is, just go for it. Just start. And with every single step that you take, you will build so much confidence and self-belief because you are out there doing it. The second source of self-efficacy is vicarious experiences. Now, this is where you learn to build self-belief through seeing other people out there who are achieving the things that you want. Through just seeing them do it, you will start believing that, oh my god, I can do it too. And this is what happened to me when I started consuming the kind of content online that I wanted to create, whether it was self-development, whether it was book reviews, whether it was my writing journey as an author. I just started consuming a lot of that content, and then I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I can do it too. Block, delete, and get rid of influencers or people online who don't inspire you, who you don't aspire to become like, and fill your socials with people you want to have a life like. Because just through visualizing that, just through seeing them day in, day out doing it, you will start to believe that I can do it too. The third source of self-efficacy is verbal persuasion. Now, this is when encouragement from other people can really boost your self-belief. And this is why I always say to keep a distance from toxic family members and friends, because their words will literally get into your brain, niggle away at you, and tie into the negative self-talk that I think so many of us have. And it can pull you down lower and lower until you just do not believe that you are capable of changing your life around or making any of your dreams come true. And I'm telling you this because I have experienced it personally. The South Asian culture that I'm from can be very patriarchal, and I think in many ways throughout my life I have felt as though the men in my life, whether it's, you know, my brothers or my cousins, they're able to achieve things or go out for certain opportunities or travel or do things that I just can't. And I think in some ways I'm still trying to unlearn this limiting belief. I think verbal persuasion can have such an impact on you, and that's why it's important to surround yourself with people who are good for you, who are good for your mental state, who help you, who make you feel like you are capable of achieving everything. Those are the kind of friends you want to keep around. I've learned to literally become my own best friend and take care of myself, to nourish myself with healthy foods, to really, you know, think about my mental health and journal and speak to people that I need to, who are good for me, to guide me in a way that will truly be beneficial for me. And I think one of the sacrifices you have to make for self-belief is to literally cut off certain people. So just because you've been friends with certain people for a very long time, it doesn't mean you need to be stuck with them for the rest of your life. You are capable of making new connections that are going to uplift you, but you just have to be willing to make that change. The fourth and final source of self-efficacy is physiological and emotional states. So essentially, the truth is that positive emotions and reduced stress lead onto greater self-efficacy, self-belief, confidence, growth, and success. I would highly encourage you to have more positive self-talk whenever you're looking in the mirror, whenever you're journaling, you know, first thing in the morning. Just take a few minutes, even if it's literally 1 minute, to put positive thoughts about yourself into your head. I think so many of us are wired to just have really negative self-talk and be excessively self-critical, whether it's about our appearance, our body features, skin color, our style even, our old pictures. When we look at them, we're like, oh, so cringe, rather than just accepting and loving ourselves on every stage of our journey. Another thing that can really help with improving your physiological and emotional states is to reframe the events in your life, especially your failure, your setbacks. You know, these are the things that really have the deepest impact on your self-belief when things aren't going right, when you are trying and your dreams just don't seem to be materializing, for instance. And this is something that I experienced when I was working on my novel. I had been wanting to get this novel published for a while, and it just wasn't the right time for it then, and I realized that now. But during my journey of trying to get it published and facing a lot of rejection on the way, it really did cripple my confidence as a writer. But now I think about it so differently because I have reframed my failures. With every rejection, I went back to the manuscript and I improved it, which is what led onto it eventually getting published with Penguin Random House. And I want you to start doing the same, to start reframing your failures and your setbacks. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I absolutely loved making this video. It's so close to my heart. Remember to keep dreaming big, showing up for yourself, starting before you're ready, and just going for it. And the self-belief and confidence and success will follow on through. It has no option but to. If you want to see a little bit more about how I'm going about manifesting my dreams and my goals, then please do check out my Instagram and my TikTok. The links are in the bio below. I look forward to catching you guys over there and in my next video. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.